Here are the 5 biggest mistakes we see buyers in Hoboken make on a regular basis and how you can avoid making them yourself. Hoboken real estate market is a tough market to be a buyer in. There's limited inventory, there's multiple bids. By making some of these mistakes, you can not only spend more money or cost yourself more time, but also just miss out on the property that you may not see for 6 or 8 months again. Mistake number 1. This is one we see far too often. It's everyone waiting for when the timing of the market is perfect. And this is something I subscribe to personally. When you are buying your primary residence, it's not about the timing of the market, it's about the timing for you personally. Do you have the finances? Does it make sense for an investment? Is your family outgrowing the space you need? Do you need to be closer to work? Those are the things you need to consider when you're looking to buy your own personal property. Not, are interest rates going to come down? Are they a little too high? Is the price going to go up or down? Time in the market is much more important than timing of the market, especially for your personal property. If you're buying an investment strictly and it's all about numbers, that's a different conversation. But for personal properties, at least, it's about your timing versus the timing of the market. That's a mistake we see people make way too long, keeping them on the sidelines way longer than they want to be. Mistake number 2 we see people make is they fall in love with a particular unit before they really understand everything that comes along with the building that unit's in. And what I mean is every building has different HOAs, they have different upkeep, they have different pieces of dynamics of how that building operates and how it's run. And a lot of people ignore that because they love the unit, they buy it, they close on it, and then it comes back to bite them. They need a new roof, they're throwing in 10 grand. They realize the building only had 5,000 reserves and a building that size should have 50,000. They realize the people running the building are not that responsive and reactive, and they wind up in a place where they're frustrated and they can't get things done. Now, it might be something where you understand that and you're okay with it, but you need to at least understand the dynamics of the building you're buying in more than just is the unit itself nice and pretty and renovated and fits your needs. Number 3 is people sometimes don't understand the full cost of ownership, even on the upfront purchasing side. Closing costs are something that you definitely need to consider when you're purchasing a property. In Hoboken, in New Jersey, it's about 2 to 3% of the purchase price you need for things like title insurance and attorney fees and inspection costs. Also, things break, right? Renting is awesome for some people. And sometimes we even tell people it's not the right time to buy for you. If you're looking to move in 2 or 3 years, if you have limited finances and you don't have a big piggy bank to think when things like HVACs go or floors need to be repaired or windows need to be repaired, some of that stuff is covered by the building, but a lot of it's covered by the unit owner themselves. So there's some hidden cost of home ownership that you just need to be aware of and be ready for that won't come along with renting. So make sure you know all the upfront costs and all the possible costs that could come down the line while you maintain and improve the home. Mistake number 4 is not knowing how to accurately use the comps that are available. What I mean by that is when you're looking to make an offer, you're going to find 3 to 5 comps, or your real estate advisor is going to find 3 to 5 comps to help you drive this offer strategy and what the property might actually be worth. Those comps are not all the same. Some might be a distressed sale. Some might be an over-motivated buyer that had to be in a property by a certain time. Some might have happened off market. Some building might have an issue. The unit looks the same as the unit yours, but maybe the building has an issue, so the price was depressed. You need to make sure you have this information and know these nuanced pieces of data, and rather than just saying, well, this sold for that, so this must sell for that. It's not always the case. The other piece is it's not all about comps. A lot of times it's about what the actual seller situation is. Some might be willing to wait a long time. Some might need to sell it tomorrow because they are buying a property in another location and need the funds for it. So make sure you have the context, make sure you understand nuance and not just see prices and black and white must equal that offer price. Mistake number 5 that we see, last but certainly not least, is not having a well put together strategy before you make your initial offer. A lot of times buyers will say, well, it's been on the market for a week or 2. Let me make an offer under asking, see if I can get a deal or lowball somebody. A lot of times that might just turn into complete off switch from the seller not wanting to negotiate or do deals with you. Maybe there's some other offers already on the table that they're negotiating with right now and you kind of now are on the outside looking in. The other side is this property just came on the market. It's hot. This market's hot. I must offer over asking. Not having a strategy to have your agent ask the right questions, find out the right nuance and details of what's happening with that seller so you can make an informed offer with a strategy that makes sense. You may say, I do want to make a lowball offer and I don't mind if it turns off the seller because there might be a pocket of weakness here. Or you might say, I have to have this property. There's no way I can lose it. I don't care if I overpay. Either way, that's a strategy, not just a let's see what happens with this number and figure out how we can react after the first negotiation. So that's not every mistake we see buyers make in Hoboken, but those are the biggest 5 and how you can avoid them. It's a tough market to navigate. It's not an easy market to be a buyer in. There's a lot of demand and not a lot of supply. Interest rates are still high right now, making affordability a struggle. So there's a lot of different things you really need to consider when you're setting out to buy in Hoboken. If you have any questions, you want to reach out, you want to set a structure and a strategy together to get you into the right property at the right time, reach on out. We're happy to have that conversation. And we wish the best of luck on your Hoboken home search.